GMC says that the all-new Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 is the best pickup truck made, not just electric pickup, the best pickup made. And in this video, I'm gonna put it to the test by doing what we do best, real world driving. I'm gonna show you a couple 0 to 60s. I'm gonna tow a trailer. I'm gonna try to crab walk in this truck and show you its maneuverability. So let's get going right now. First of all, I think it looks pretty handsome. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about the look of this truck. This is the only color that this pickup will be available at launch. This is a 2024 Edition 1. It will only come in this color, which is Thunderstorm Gray, and it'll have special Edition 1 badging. And then for 2025, there'll be, of course, the Denali lineup of these electric Sierras, and there'll be more colors available. This truck is powered by a dual motor configuration. So there's an electric motor in the front axle, there's an electric motor in the rear, and combined power in maximum power mode is 754 horsepower and 785 pound-feet of torque. It's rolling on these giant 24-inch wheels, and this is a special wheel that's only available on this Denali, and I think it's quite handsome. It's got Michelin tires, and the size is a little bit interesting. It's 275 50 R24. So this is almost a 34-inch tall tire, about 34.7-ish inches by about, 10.8 inches. So it's not a super wide tire, but it's also not tiny. But just as a side note, this truck does not have a spare tire. What it does have is in the front. Let me show you really quick. But it is pretty large and in charge. It has 1,500 pounds of payload and a 10,000 pound tow rating. And it also has a tire inflator kit. So if you're losing pressure, there's a little compressor right here in the front. It does have a frunk. It does have this Ultium charger cable included with the truck. It has 11 cubic feet of frunk space. Not class leading, but still quite large. And it has power inverter. Yes, capability 2.4 kilowatts in the front and total 10.2 kilowatts of power, including the outlets and the bed. And that's huge capability. Has a 12-volt battery on here on the passenger side. And here's where you can put in your washer fluid. So if you're curious, that's how you do it. Now let me show you the inside. All right, so it has the power, it has the payload, pretty good. Towing is not quite class leading, but that's okay. But the interior, yeah, it's really modern and very luxurious. It's got a 16.8-inch central infotainment screen, has an 11-inch gauge cluster, it has a 14-inch heads-up display up here. It's got super great materials. It's got really nice open pour wood, including this wireless charger. And just the metals and the materials and the stitching is top notch. GMC really knows what they're doing, of course, with these materials and how they lay it out. And the seats are more comfortable than I've experienced before. The rear seat is humongous. I'm 6'3", I'm sitting behind myself, and this is like a luxury limousine. So yeah, this is incredible. And then the hugest party trick of this truck, I think, is the midgate. So let me show you kind of a preview of this. I need to lower this. I need to open this, pull this tab. I've practiced this a couple of times before, but I just wanted to show you some of the capabilities. So you can do this, and with the bed open this way, you could still carry 3 passengers. And to about here, this is 8 feet to the closed tailgate, so you can carry quite a lot. And if you open the tailgate, of course, you can even carry longer items. And take a look at this. There's a little 313 Skyline of Detroit. This is built in Michigan at the Factory Zero in Hamtramck facility. All right, enough talking. Let's actually hook up a trailer to this truck and see how it tows. This is a first drive event, so I'm not in Colorado, our home base, and the trailer and the hitch and everything provided in this video was done by the guys and gals at GMC. But look at this, the hitch is not hidden. There's no plastic covering it. It's open, it's easy to reach, 2-inch receiver, and the 7-pin connector is right here. Also really easy to reach, and my extra camera connectors for my trailer if I have, I don't know, a horse trailer, if I want to see behind it, it's all available right there. Well, I'm here sitting next to Aaron. Aaron, hello.
Hello, welcome.
Thanks for inviting us here, and this is your office,
Yes.
right? Well, part of your office.
Couples. Yeah,
We got
a few.
So we have a trailer hooked up to the Sierra Denali Edition 1. The trailer is, what, 24 feet long and about, what, 8,000 pounds?
It's about 8,000. Yep.
Okay. Now, we're here in the trailering app, towing app here on the big screen. And I can see the gain is set at 5 out of 10, and I can control it and I can adjust it. Combined, gross combined weight alert, I can toggle that. That's pretty neat. Basically, it can remind us based on how much power we're using, right?
Yep, exactly. Yep, we have a few calculations working in the background that can help tell us that.
Light test. I can know how far I've towed this trailer.
Yep.
So that's all goodness. Except I'm not seeing like energy efficiency while towing this.
Not on this. You can go to another app, the Energy Assist app as well.
And I can see that for the trip. Okay.
Yep.
So now we can set off, and we are in tow haul mode, right?
Yes. Yep, so we're in tow haul right now.
Sweet.
It recognizes the trailer.
All right, let's get going. So in tow haul mode, does it give me like maximum allowed power? Do you know how that works?
It increases it, but it is not the max.
So if I really want that 754 horsepower, there's a separate mode for that we could show another time.
Yep.
That's the Thor's hammer, huh?
Exactly.
We
yes.
could really put down the hammer.
Yep, and we'll take a right here and exit out the gate.
All right, so we're entering the oval here at the Milford Proving Grounds, or circle track, I should say. And then it's bank too. Are we going to be using banking?
We can. Yep, we can hit any lane you want. Right now it's a shutdown, so we don't necessarily have to follow the speed limits.
So I just set Super Cruise, driver assistance tech, and it went green immediately.
Yep. Yeah. So as soon as you do that, it's looking for lines. Once it recognizes, it'll go green, and then you can let go at that point. That's indicating you can.
And obviously, it has to be a pre-mapped road or highway, and obviously this is your proving grounds, and it's been pre-mapped, and all that is good.
Correct.
So this is the only hands-free system that allows you to tow a trailer with. I've tried many other manufacturer systems, and so this is pretty cool. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and the intent is it's kind of similar to without a trailer, right? It's uneventful, and yeah, it'll be working in the background. It is managing the load, the additional load appropriately, but it's still like Super Cruise is for when you're normally driving a vehicle.
Yeah, because many different things could happen. We can have a crosswind, right? We have a giant 24-foot trailer behind us, so the vehicle needs to be aware of that, obviously, and react to all that stuff.
Exactly. Yep. It's constantly going to be working to center you.
It's different for lane changes, right? So if we weren't towing, it can do an automatic lane change.
Correct. It does not change lanes when you have a trailer hooked up. We do,
why is that?
Restrict that.
Is that just like the size of the trailer, basically?
There's a lot of variables, right? When you start introducing trailers with brakes, without brakes, wind resistance, without wind, loads, of course, is a big one, distribution, etc. So we do keep it straight line in terms of lanes, and then allow the driver to adjust accordingly.
Well, there's nobody next to me, so I'm gonna just do it myself.
Yep.
Right. So I'm using my blinker. The system went blue, so I think it recognized that I asked. I put some torque on the steering wheel, right?
Yep.
And now it settles in again.
Exactly.
So I'm in a different lane. I think it's really cool that it's kind of I don't have to reset the system, right? I don't have to go back into some buttons. I changed lanes and it's on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, very intuitive. The blue is indicating that it's still there in the background, ready to take over, but it recognizes that you're doing something intentionally with the vehicle.
And I set it at 65 miles an hour. I mean, I guess we could go up to 70. I mean, in Colorado, we could tow, there's 75 speed limit, and basically, so
yeah.
Whenever we test in Colorado, I usually go between, 70 or 75, whatever the speed limit allows.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, if you'd like to transition over one more lane, we can hit that 70, 75.
I don't know if I want to be on a banked. Should I try? All right, let me try. I'm going sideways. Well, not sideways. I'm tilting. Okay. Now the tow rating on the Denali Edition 1 is 10,000 pounds. So we're not, we're close to that, but we're not near it. We're towing about 8,000.
Correct.
Did you do some tow tuning on this?
Our team did. Yep. Okay. We have a large team that actually goes through and checks all the different interactions with the infotainment screens, but then also, the dynamics piece. That's where we really own that performance piece.
I may not realize that I'm actually pulling a trailer.
Yeah. Personally, I actually hauled a boat a few hours in the spring. Yeah, it is very easy to forget that it's there, right? Pretend that, there is nothing back behind me. And actually, the beauty was, too, we still got 200 miles range and had plenty to reserve when I got home.
Yeah, obviously, you're starting with a rating of 440 miles when you're not towing. So, yeah, towing takes energy. It's for any vehicle, right? You're doubling sometimes your weight, and aerodynamics are different.
Yes.
So, of course, you're using more energy. We have our energy screen on right now. Our climate control system, is using barely anything, right? We do have AC, and we need it because it's kind of a warm day and the sun is shining through all the glass we have here. But is this my kind of average for towing?
Yep.
Or at least right now?
Real time, yep.
So 1.1 miles per kilowatt hour. Let's say we have over 200-ish kilowatt hours. That's where your range is, You multiply that at about 200 miles. We can drive like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Highway speeds, and that's with a big aero drag, right?
Yeah, that's a big
trailer.
boxy trailer. It's not aerodynamic at all.
Yep.
GMC provided me with a very special opportunity, but I wasn't able to show it to you. But they showed us inside of their development labs where they combine hardware with virtual systems and software in order to test vehicle components and also in the entire system before a real vehicle is ever produced. It allows them to accelerate their production. And I have a little bit of B-roll from some of that testing, but a lot of it is, of course, behind closed doors. That's a very cool experience, but I was also able to drive on the Milford Proving Grounds ride and handling course, which is just really, really bumpy pavement. So let me do that and let's see how it does. We're in the real world with the real truck, and I have Tristan next to me. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Did I say your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Trista Schiefer. I'm the lead development engineer.
Sweet. So tell me about this route a little bit. I saw it in the computer simulation.
It's called our ride and handling road.
Okay.
It has various surfaces, smooth to those that are rougher, so we can really test out the full performance of the vehicle.
So tell me a little bit about the suspension. Is it always adapting? And does it vary in different modes too?
It varies in different modes. In this My mode, the ability to change things between a tour, normal, and sport, and independently. So you can look at your steering and your steering feel. So if you start to turn the steering wheel, you're going to feel a change in efforts. We're also, because this has rear steer, how much the vehicle turns front to rear, we're able to calibrate that differently for these modes. And then
you hit the hammer. That's the max power. Okay. So now that unlocks 754 horsepower.
Through here, this is a good place to, a steady state, just evaluate the different feel.
Right, and I can totally tell how the surfaces, specifically, I mean, there's a lot going on, different obstacles, different, joints and stuff like that. Yeah, I can totally. What speed should I go over the bump with?
50.
About 50? Because I think before I was going about 40, because I got scared of the sign.
Yep.
That's not bad.
No.
What mode was that in?
You were in sport mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, this is a big and pretty hefty vehicle, but the way it handles that, it's pretty nice. That was a really cool opportunity, and I think this truck does really well no matter which mode I was in. It handled all the bumps with poise, and it's one of the better riding pickup trucks that I've ever been inside of and driven. So that's a really positive thing. But now I really want to see how quick it is in the real world. So let me go and do a couple of 0 to 60 runs. I have a chance to show you guys a 0 to 60 acceleration in the new Sierra EV. I'm gonna do it in two different ways. First, I'm gonna do it in normal mode without the Thor's hammer. So this is kind of the normal driving mode. So let me try that and show you. This is not a drag strip, it's just a piece of road, piece of straight road here. Okay, I'm getting some sound. Bam. And I'm using a Draggy. A Draggy is a GPS device. So let me stop and show you the result right there. So not the perfect piece of road, but 5.90 second 0 to 60. And there is a little bit of decline in the road. So this is maybe a tiny bit optimistic. Now the second 0 to 60, and this is real world, once again, not prepared track. I'm gonna go to my mode. I set it in the most sporty way, and let's see how this runs. I could feel definite, there's a little bit of torque steer. The simulated noise was a little louder. I could feel a faster acceleration. It didn't break my neck. So let's look at the results. 4.33 seconds, 0 to 60. Once again, pretty much the same stretch of road. I mean, I tried to do it as closely as I could, but that's a significant difference. It's what, 1.5 seconds, almost 1.6 seconds difference. So yeah, when you unlock that maximum power, and I'm at a high state of charge too, 91% battery right now. So high state of charge, I should have a lot of juice in that big battery, and that's how you can get those quick accelerations in a huge truck, which weighs quite a lot. All right, let's take it for a first drive. I'm gonna set my steering to sport. Now, touring suspension to sport, acceleration feel, and I'm gonna leave it in adrenaline. I'm not gonna be racing right now, but whenever I'm ready, it's on tap. And motor sound, I can go off for silent or sport. And sport, I don't know if you can tell, it's a sound that's very similar, reminds me of the GMC Hummer. My one pedal drive is enabled. Actually, now it's off. Now it's enabled. I can set its level from off to normal to high. And I'll leave it on normal. I really like one pedal driving because I can feel like when I let off a little bit, I'm gaining energy. And also I have this display always reminding me how much energy I'm generating. That green symbol, you can kind of see. Whoop. I want to take this opportunity, and I'm not going very fast right now, about 35 miles an hour. It's to talk about kind of cabin comfort. First of all, the seat, the front two seats, the driver and the front passenger, I think they're a little bit more comfy than any other Sierra 1500 seat in the front row that I have used. So that's a pleasant thing. Also, ambient noise. I don't have my sound measuring device right now, but GMC says that they've used more kind of acoustic glass throughout this truck. And I can kind of tell, if I think back to when I tested this Silverado EV RST and several other vehicles, this is one of the quieter ones. Probably on par where the Cybertruck is. It's very important because this is a luxury truck. Yes, of course, that was not a drag strip, but still in the real world, I'm quite impressed. Around 4.5 seconds acceleration in such a big beast is very impressive. But now let me test the 4-wheel steering system. It should be quite effective, but I want to see it in the real world. This turn I'm gonna do without rear steering. So the rear wheel steering is currently disabled, only the regular front steering is enabled. All right, Zach, so that was rear steering disabled, and I was able to make this turn, and I'm kind of running over these white lines. All right, so let me enable rear steering. There's a button I can push, and let's see what happens. So under controls, which is this button, I have ability to access my crab walk and rear steering. So I can turn it off if I don't want it enabled, or I can turn it back on. Okay, so now the rear steering is enabled. Let me try to make the same turn and see. It's supposed to shave quite a lot. Oh yeah, I can tell instantly. This is supposed to be like a 42-foot diameter. Let me see what happens. Wow, Zach, that was a huge difference. Look at where the white lines are. So it's supposed to be like almost what, a 6 to 8 feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a huge difference. Yeah, and it helps everywhere. Parking, daily driving, towing a trailer. That's a cool feature. But now, crab walk. There it is under controls, crab walk. Let me hit it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, crab walk is enabled. It's a party trick. Yeah, it is quite effective. I love that they included this feature, and also the crab walk is just that little flash, little spice on top. So now you're probably wondering, all right, how much does this cost and when is it going to be available? Well, the 2024 model, this one, the Edition 1 Denali, is available now. So if you have a reservation from a couple years back, you're probably already in communication with your dealer, or maybe you already have your truck. But the price for the Edition 1 is just over $99,000, or just basically $100,000. So yeah, it's not a very inexpensive truck, but I think it combines all these elements that I showed you in this video all in one. Now, to answer the question, is it the best truck ever in the world of all time? I think I need to live with this truck for longer to be able to really answer this question, because I haven't done a range test in it yet. I haven't towed up in the mountains yet in Colorado. I haven't lived with it long enough, and I haven't really compared it head to head with some of the other pickup trucks. But I think it's a really, really excellent start. So this is to be continued, and I'll see you next time at oldtfl.com. Everything automotive, all the news and all the reviews in one place. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.